Welcome back to movementprofessional.com. So today we're going to take a look at scapular CARs, or controlled articular rotation. This is just to get some movement of the shoulder blades from the surrounding areas such as the rib cage and spine, or from the glenohumeral joint or shoulder itself. So the motions that we're looking at are up towards the ears. That's going to be elevation. Shoulder blades together, which would be retraction. Away from the ears, which would be depression, and then caving of the chest or widening of the upper back, which would be a protraction of the shoulder blades. So when we look at this exercise, I like to think of it as we are trying to make a diamond first by going and touching the corner of elevation. We go back, we touch the corner of retraction. We go down, we touch the corner of depression, and then we go forward and we touch the corner of protraction. And then as we get smoother with that, we just shave the diamond and the diamond turns into a circle. All right, and that's how we want to look at doing this. So we always start slow so we really understand the end points of all of these directions, and then we're just going to roll through them over time. So we don't want to move too fast here because it's very easy to compensate. So the major compensations that we'll see is as we go up, our head might want to come forward. So as we create this elevation, our head might want to come forward, which will create a change in our spinal position. We may also want to lean back, which will again create a change in our spinal position. When we go forward and back into retraction and protraction, it's very common that the hands want to go with it. So if my hands go back when I retract, that means I'm also extending my shoulder. And I don't really want to move from the shoulder, I want to move from the shoulder blade, which would just be bringing the shoulder blades together. So I don't want my hands to go behind my body, and I don't want my hands to go in front of my body at any point of this movement. They can slide up, they can slide down as my shoulder blades slide up and down, but they shouldn't go forward or back, and they shouldn't turn in and out, because that tells me that I'm moving from shoulder internal or external rotation instead of creating more isolated scapular motion. So it's up, back, down, forward. Right here is where you're going to see the most compensation typically of hands coming in, head coming forward, because there's a lot of restriction typically into this protraction, and it's hard for many people to coordinate the idea of the chest going in and the shoulder blades moving away from each other into the outside of the rib cage. So oftentimes you may need to use a mirror. If you're working with a client, you may just have to really hold them in place and show them where they're compensating, and just have them take some time with it. So it's good to just take your time, pause in different positions before moving on, just to make sure that you've got the idea of what you're trying to attain from the movement. And then once you feel like you have it more controlled, you can move a little faster, a little smoother. So we can go in two directions. We go up, back, down, forward, and then we can also go up, forward, down, back. Same rules apply. We don't want to be moving from the spine. We don't want to be moving from the knees or anything down lower. We just want to be moving from the shoulder blade on the rib cage there. Hopefully that was useful. If you have any questions, you can go to movementprofessional.com. I'll see you next time.